Crysten Price. I'm currently working as a content marketing team lead. What I do is make sure that the copy written by my agency follows AP style and Google's best practices for our clients. I graduated in May of this year. I wouldn't say that I had a very structured plan. I had an idea of what I wanted in a position after graduating and had my own set of criteria for what I was looking for. I didn't really have a set timeline except as soon as possible, I want to look for a position in mid-senior level management in the communications industry, and that's kind of what I was looking to do immediately after graduating. I would definitely stay a step ahead of the rest of your class. Although your colleagues are people that you consider your team as you're growing and learning. And in the College of Music and Media, you spend so much time together working on projects and in class, and even in other extracurricular activities. But at the very end, once you graduate, you're all going to be looking for a job. There's going to be a good 100 of you or so looking for jobs in the same field. So it's important for you to start looking and applying well before graduation. I started looking as early as spring break, and I was going on interviews, applying for jobs during finals. So I would definitely say stay a step ahead. Don't wait until you walk across the stage to start sending in your resume. Although it may not seem so at first, the experience you gain from Brand Lab, Bateman team, the Donnelly Center, the Maroon, invaluable, absolutely invaluable. It's amazing how the curriculum here translates so well into what you're actually going to be doing in the field. So it's important to take it seriously and really understand that this is going to apply in the real world when you're working. I would say that my experience as a Bateman team member, although I'm not in the public relations industry, has helped me immensely when it comes to doing my actual job. In addition to Brand Lab, because I learned cross-departmental collaboration and communication, how that works, how a workflow will look like once I'm actually in an official position. So all of that I had previously been exposed to right here at Loyola. So it's absolutely insane how the similarities are between what you learn here and what you'll actually be doing professionally. Well, I didn't have a job under my belt when I walked across the stage. I was still in the interview process, actually, and I was really nervous about graduating because I was sure I was going to get a job, but I wasn't sure where. So I applied easily to over 200 different positions, and since then, I'm happy to say that my first job out of college was in management at a digital marketing firm, which is amazing as a 22-year-old fresh out of college, managing a team of people older than me, and it's just, that has been honestly the biggest accomplishment since I have left here. I had one internship, a paid internship my junior year. It was actually more of a part-time turned full-time position and not exactly in the communications field. So my advice for current juniors and seniors is to be open. I was working in information technology recruiting, and although that isn't exactly mass comm specific, I did learn very important skills that I transferred from my time here at Loyola into my internship. So being an effective writer, an effective communicator, being prepared, being in client-facing meetings, learning how to talk strategy, that sort of thing. So I would say when it comes to internships, being open is extremely important because there are skills that you'll gain that you'll be able to translate into a full-time role in a different industry. I'm glad you asked. In my time on the Bateman team, the campaign we worked on for the Public Relations Society of America was their diversity and inclusion campaign, and how diversity and inclusion is increasingly important in the workplace and in the communications industry as a whole. And in my time in a professional setting, I had that as a top of mind kind of concern, and I wondered coming into a new position what it would be like. Are employers really thinking about this? Are they putting forward initiatives that directly relate to this? And I'm happy to say, I think within the first month, once I started at my job, we have a weekly meeting, the whole company, we sit in the same room, and the CEO speaks with us. And he introduced an internship program that we're going to start with the company with a disadvantaged group of kids to show them we were really introducing different concepts of work. Traditionally, these students may have had parents that worked in the service industry or a really set niche kind of work. So they really didn't have exposure to other kinds of work. So they actually got to come into our office and shadow us, work on projects, write copy, write ads, which is pretty cool because this is something that they previously didn't understand to be accessible as a career. So it's really exciting to see that and to open up internships to students that may not even go to college or may not have thought that they could. So I was really happy to see that this sort of diverse and inclusive program was something that our company actively was looking to promote and cultivate. Loyola's alumni network is alive and well. Although it may not seem like it, there are plenty of resources for you to reference once you graduate. The Loyola Legion, which is a private Facebook group in which professors and faculty post jobs for you to look at that may even be in their professional network. So although it's a little nerve-wracking, as like I said, a lot of you are going to be looking for jobs and applying to the same jobs as well. But just remember, Loyola offers plenty of resources for you to reference when it comes to looking for a job, preparing for interviews, and refining your resumes. When I first started my job, it was really, really hard for me to really structure work-life balance because I was coming right out of college, working in a very high-paced, fast-paced industry, and I wanted to work all the time, right? Improve myself. And I don't know, once you're like coming right out of school, you just feel like your position is so precarious since you're so new and you really want to make an impression on your new boss and your colleagues and that sort of thing. But I realized that it was overkill. I was really pushing too hard, working too long. And so I was like, okay, I need to learn how to separate work and then just like the rest of my life, you know? So I spend time with friends. I do other things. I work out. I go out to eat. I make sure I make time for myself outside of work because now with every industry going in the way that it is, being able to work from home is becoming increasingly accessible. So it's really, really tempting to go home and catch up with some work after leaving the office, you know? And a lot of people fall into that trap, but it is important to separate your personal life from work. And that is a mantra that I hold near and dear to myself. I would definitely say my experience on the PRSSA Bateman team. It's not often that the team members that are selected each year are a really close group of friends. And I had the privilege of working on our campaign alongside two of my closest friends, doing the most rewarding work I've ever done in my life. So I would definitely say that is the fondest memory I have with my former classmates and friends here at Loyola. And it definitely helped me grow as a person and as a professional.